Also, if I may, my client does not want me and their website to improve on page. Would it be a good idea to do a site I own and send the leads to their landing page, or only sell them the leads instead and concentrate on ranking my site? Well, that's a good question. I'm going to answer that give you a couple of my thoughts on that. Number one, if you've got a client that won't allow you in the site to do on page, which I think is always the tip of the spear, right? I always try to get in on and fix on page issues first. Why is it that they don't want that? Do they have a webmaster that they use? And if so, then you can provide consultation to the webmaster. Just pull up a screencast video, take some notes, give them get some instruction on what to do, and have the webmaster do it. If they don't want you tinkering or poking around inside their site because they think you're going to break something, then give them the instructions on what to do. You still bill them for all that shit, but you have them do that instead, is what I would recommend, number one. If that's not possible, then number two would be absolutely build your own damn assets. And then you could always iframe their page or their whatever into your assets so that they can literally get the leads still submitted to their website through your assets that way, instead of actually having your assets ranked and have them linking over to, that'll kill a ton of conversions. If people have to click from one page to another to submit their information to be an opt-in or a lead or request an estimate or whatever type of work you're doing, that's a conversion killer right there. So you'd be better off having their page with whatever conversion goal they have on the page embedded at the top of whatever assets that you rank. But just a quick example, the tree service client that I'm building out right now, not really a client. He's buying leads from me, but we made an agreement right off the bat to where I'm building out his branded stuff. I bought the domain, like it's all my assets. It's his brand, but it's all my assets. I own the whole fucking thing. And so he's buying the leads from me, even though I'm building his brand, they're my assets. And we set up a DBA specifically for that. So he has his actual company name, and then we have a similar name, but it's a DBA because he never did any SEO for his own brand. So there's no ambiguation there, entity ambiguation. But I'm actually building a really strong fucking brand right now for him through his DBA that I own the entire thing, all of it, all the assets, everything I own. And he's just buying the leads from me. And I love that model because now I remain in control. Like no matter what, I'm going to remain in control, but I'm getting paid instead of again, with traditional client relationship, it might take 2 months or 3 months to start getting results. And they got to pay you on a monthly retainer typically until you start getting them results. So with this model, I love it because he didn't start paying me until I started generating leads. But as soon as I started generating leads, then he started paying me, and I'm using that, reinvesting that money to continue to build the assets out so that more leads are generated. And it's his money that's paying me to build out the assets that I own. Does that make sense? And so he didn't actually pay for anything until he started getting leads that turn into revenue. So I think it's a great model, and I'm probably going to move forward with that for clients in the future as well. You want to comment on that, Marco?
Yeah, this is such a problem. If you can't trust me to go on your website and make the necessary changes, how can I then trust you to pay me the money that I have coming in whatever agreement it is that we have? If we don't have a trust relationship, right? Like how can we even move forward? Like even if you go through all that work, Fitz, and I'm not saying that's a problem with this client, but I'm very wary when these people tell me, well, no. And why? There's no reason why. Even if they have a webmaster, there should be no reason why you can't go in there and look, what are you trying to hide from me is my first thing. And if we're going to have these problems to start off, what other problems are coming down the line? Now, what you can do is do it so that you control everything. You rank it, it's your brand, and everything is yours, as Bradley is saying. And maybe you just direct the calls over to them after you run it through a call center to make sure that they're qualified calls and that it's something that you need to get paid for. And it's something that you can always rebrand for somebody else, or you can just push the calls to somebody else if what I think it comes true.